I just want to like, encourage the kids to do that. And what's crazy, bro, is like dead ass, man. Like, cause I grew up around like the Haitians back in Florida, right? Cause I was adopted when I was younger by them folks. And, like my brothers, they're like my age back then. They were telling me the same shit that I'm telling these kids right now. And I was 19, 20, and I felt
You
like,
don't want to listen to all that.
man, bro, I'm just young, dumb, and full of cum. And I'm like, all right, man, I'm gonna make it happen for myself, man. And by the grace of God, because of the friends that I have, or I didn't have to, like pay the price that a lot of them did, because to learn from their mistakes, because there's three ways that people learn, bro. You can hear about it, you can see it for yourself, or you can experience it. And experience is a fucked up teacher, but that's a lesson that you'll never forget, bro. So for me, if I can show these kids what it is, or if I can tell them how it is, and they're able to, accept it, conceive it somehow, hey man, maybe they don't gotta like go through all the dirt road that I went through. I promise you, mama. Oh, we gonna make it out the hood now. You heard me?
Fuck around on my kinfolk, God forgive for my sins though. How raising that Section 8, nigga chasing after them M's though. Ride through the city, baby, niggas out here fucking with me. Got me 2 pretty cars and a whole lot of pretty bitches. But for these women I'm putting on for my family, goddamn right. And we came up from the jungle, rising up to the canopy, we gon' take flight. Never be his family over bitches, I'm always just money over hoes. And if I ain't riding with the crows, better believe that I'm riding with them Zoes. Yeah, nigga, I'm a razor ball, the block though. Street nigga that were born up in Tanapa, getting money off of slinging pills to rock though. Nigga that they always fucked up off the hot stuff. Had early exposed to the trauma, that's why nigga I ain't with a drama. I ain't tryna settle down with these bitches. Now me and the fan got our own problems. And I never push my family to the side till the last motherfucking will for the family I'm ride. You might be light skinned like Rihanna, bisexual like Madonna, but it's family over bitches. 691 on Honda. On the one thing life we're living and dying for. On the one thing in this life out here we're riding and sliding for. On the one thing in this life out here we're fighting and squabbing for. On the one thing in this life out here we're grinding and mobbing for. Family, 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 family. Nigga always been in the trenches, from the Grove to Bandit to the Bandit. Whole lot of niggas buried cemeteries, got more of them, got the long sentences. But believe I'm ride for 'em, bust back on that iPhone, clap back on them fuck niggas that thinkin' that they gon' slide on them. Ain't no damn way you niggas getting up to my family. No damn way. I'm vibing them and do everything that I can. Make sure that the fans not sure we're snorting or you sipping, but the shit cause they got your ass tripping. Cause there ain't no motherfucking way you could ever catch my family slipping. Give my little niggas a little bit of street game, but I'm giving them a whole lot of knowledge. So the young boys steady ass in school, that way them niggas can go to college. I don't want them to live a life that I live, commit all the sins that I done did. I don't want them to go where I went through, want them to go over the wife and kids. In case I go up, wake up and I'm from the right. But this ain't get really long, man, I want almost go hard. Upper room with my Aka will lay on me, reach for the stars. How about like a Eggman, listen to your heart. But believe that life we're living and dying for. On the one thing in this life out here we're riding and sliding for. On the one thing in this life out here we're fighting and squabbing for. On the one thing in this life out here we're grinding and mobbing for. Family, 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 family. I ride for you, cause I love you all. Ohana. Ohana.
Drink Tokens episode number 27. We got a dude on today I'm not really familiar with, so I'm happy he came through today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
How you guys doing? My name is Niko Rosokow. I also might be known as Robin Hood. I'm an activist, music artist, upcoming exec. I'm Micronesian, I'm Muslim, and I'm autistic. And I'm an advocate for the three. And music is my platform to, for my activism. And yeah, sincerely, guys, I appreciate y'all for having me on y'all platform, man. So it's a chance for me to kind of like, get out here, get my voice to be heard. So sincerely, man, I thank you guys, man. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, no sweat. This is a good platform, like podcast, to get stuff off your chest. And like you said, if you're an activist, this is perfect A quick question I have: where are you right now, and also where are you from?
I'm from Chuk, which is like an area in Micronesia. Same as Manny. Shouts out to Laurel Manny. I seen him on the show last time.
Yeah,
word up, Loyal Manny.
Yeah, man. And I was born in Saipan. That's why you see the Saipanese flag right behind me. I've been around like a couple of places. Currently, I'm a Florida resident. I'm stationed out there, but as we speak, I'm in Oregon. I'm busting a few moves over here real quick. So
jumping around the whole world.
Last 4 years, I've been like jumping around about like 9 different states. So it's about to be 10 because I'm talking to my peoples over in Mass. I'm gonna hit them up.
So when you're jumping around, are you doing like shows? I know you were talking on the DMs about maybe a show you were doing. So are you performing as well as when you go to all these different locations? And
I do like various things. So like for example, like that time when me and you were DMing, there's an artist by the name of Lowling. I'm directing. This is my second vid that I'm directing for him.
Oh
so
shit!
I direct vids as well. So he happened to have an event that he was performing at. And, I told him that, hey, it's probably best if we pull up with the cams, get a couple clips in the club. So that didn't end up working out, though. Problems came about with that. But we got some clips out in the parking lot, man. Shit was dope, bro. And, we're going to do some more clips over in Spokane. That's why I was saying that I might have to postpone this podcast. So we didn't end up going down there, man. We just, we came back down this way. So, but, yeah, man, like things are coming up, bro. So right now I got something situated for the 6th of November. I'll be in Tennessee. So shouts out to everybody out there in Morristown, Knoxville.
Wow.
And, yeah, man, I'm gonna slide out there, man, hit a quick lick. I think I got Georgia on Georgia. I'm gonna head back to Florida by New Year's for sure. And then hopefully Hawaii come February,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Only God knows, though, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll see.
Yeah, I saw your video. It said Ohana, and we've talked about Hawaii a little bit on your background. What's your connection to Hawaii? Is that somewhere you used to live, or?
I stayed there. What year? I forgot what year that was, but I was from like 9 to 3. I stayed out there for a while. I got hella family over there. I was mostly just in like Oahu. I haven't go to the Big Island. I want to go out there, but I was there back in 2017 too, as a matter of fact. So, but no, like that little record I got, man, I shot that in Atuma, Iowa. I feel like like over there in like Hawaii, they have like a bad like point of view on like a lot of like Micronesians.
Yeah, I brought that up on the Loyal Manny podcast.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of that, like with us as well, because like first thing foremost, and that has to do with just anybody, just human beings, period, bro. It has to do with like a matter of accountability. You have to hold yourself accountable. There's like a lot of stuff that, I might feel that, it's to our fault, but, I do want to try and like, implement like integration with us, and I felt like a big way to do that, from a music aspect is get them to understand that, we're about family too. We're about Ohana too.
Yeah.
Ohana's important to us too, and, I wanted to shoot this vid out there, but at the time wasn't it wasn't it wasn't something that was possible just because of the pandemic. They were like hella strict with like people flying in, flying out. I was
I had a hell of a time,
bro. Yeah. I flew to Haiti to bury my father, man. I went to Haiti. And, yeah, man. So
Sorry to hear that, man.
What part of Oahu were you hanging out, or where's your family on Oahu?
Kalihi, Wahiwa, Waipahu.
There you go.
Man, what's the name of that other spot, man? I think it's called Wahiwa.
Yeah, Wahiwa. Yeah, I got people in Kalihi too. Yeah, that's where I was at. That's where I was hanging out off of North School Road. Out there, King Road. Yep.
I used to go to Kalihi Kai. Oh, Makiki too, because that's where I was. When I was a jit. When I stayed out there, I used to stay in Makiki, man, right off of Pensacola and Wilder, man. Yeah. So, yeah, I used to attend Kalihi Kai, Lanakila, and Lincoln. Lincoln was a rough school, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Lincoln was rough. But then, like, I ended up going to a private school. It's called Loveland. They deal with, like, kids that got, like, special needs, and, I got a lot of help out, when I was out there, man, especially attending Loveland, man. I feel like I got a lot of social skills, a lot of leadership skills out there, man.
There you go.
Yeah, man, I got a lot of love for that school, man, and I got it in my heart. I'm going to find a way to go back and, like give back somehow.
There you go. That's good. That's good.
So let's, I mean, I hate to jump all the way to the end, but let's jump into the vision, because it sounds like you have an idea in your mind about what the bigger level that you'll get to is. So what's your vision for what you're doing? Because like you said, well, we know that you're a rapper, but then I also understand that you were a teacher at one point, and then also like now you're directing video, doing all kinds of stuff. So like, what's your vision of what are you going to get to, and what do you want to be in the future?
Man, like I want to be on some Master P type shit.
Oh,
shit. Like no,
yeah, you like own your own shit, right? Like high level, yeah.
Not just like, especially especially being on my own.
Right.
I'll never sign a fucking contract. I'll never sign a deal, man. Maybe like something like in the aspect of like a distribution deal, or
right.
With like just like a promotional aspect. But I already kind of got I've been doing this by myself for the past 4 or 5 years now, and I've been doing pretty well, so like as time goes on, of course, I intend to progress, maybe get into more like mainstream marketing, but as of right now, man, like I just want to stick to my own guns, man. But I feel like just with social media and the era that we're in, the possibilities are endless, bro. So I just want to tap into this with anything and everything. Like if there's some form of way that I can make some type of income off of it and be able to get back to the city, hey man, I'm all for it, bro. Like I'm trying to get into clothing too, man. So right now I really just co-sign, a lot of upcoming local clothing brands, but I eventually like to venture into that too. Once I'm more familiar, with that line of business, man. But
yeah. So speaking of money and finance, you're saying you skip around, you're all over the world, Florida, Oregon, you've been in Hawaii. So how are you financing these moves? Can I ask that? How are you? Because that takes a lot of money. I mean, I went to Hawaii for 2 weeks and man, I'm broke. You know what I mean? So how are you skipping around and having a good time? What's your finance?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. A lot of it, I can't really speak on it too much. But,
yeah, I feel you. No, that's okay.
Oh, but I mean, what I do, what I will say is this though. Whenever I travel around, there's a lot of temp agencies that I'll hit up, and I'll be line up different jobs and stuff like that. There's not a city where I go and I'm not working, man. I'm finding some way of getting a bag. Whether if it's actually doing a performance, actually doing a temp job, whether if it's and mainly, man, to keep it a buck, man, mainly my career choices, I work up in Alaska, man. I work on the boats up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm an aspiring deckhand, so, and it's a big benefit because I get a lot of vacation time, and the funds are enough that I can invest in a dream, and of course, break off bread, for the people I love. So, but yeah, a lot of things, I got to keep those in the books, man.
But that's a hustle. That's the grind. That's the thing that's going to get you to the top, right? It's not just going to be going to 9 to 5 and clocking in on a time card and whatever. It's it's got to be the hustle. It's got to be the networking. It's going to all these places and meeting people and doing the shows and getting your name out there.
Find stuff that's the biggest reason I love this music and clothing line, and just other things that have to do with having a big social media influence. I'm trying to find ways to generate residual income.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I don't gotta work for the shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be in my account, man. It's money that makes itself, basically. And I'm trying to help people, especially particularly the Micronesian folks. I'm trying to get them to kind of have an understanding of that and a concept of that, and being able to, kind of use that to kind of benefit themselves, in our community.
So you're talking about these gigs and performances. Do you do it solely on yourself, like guerrilla marketing, or do you have a manager?
No, everything's really just me. I tend to hit up just promoters who are having events within the local area, And you know, either they book me or they don't. You know, keeping it a buck. You know, like our community is not really that big into like the hip hop scene, but the thing is, like, I sing too. You know, I sing as well, and I do reggae. So you know, like usually when I do like those gigs, you know, I'll kind of venture into that. You know, I guess you say that realm. You know, but you know, I'm a man of many talents, man. So you know, like if it was a rap show, one of these reggae type of vibes, you know, some type of singing fest, you know, I'm all for it, man. You know, and I'll give what I got, you know, like to whatever like event. And sometimes these gigs, like I said, like sometimes I won't even perform. Sometimes I might do something like I might just DJ, you know. Back when I used to back in Micronesia, there was a college out there on the island of Pohnpei. I DJ'd out there for a while, man. You know, I made some money doing that. I even did stand up, bro.
Oh shit.
There you go.
Trust me, bro. Yeah.
He got it. He's a man of many talents. That's sick. Yeah, like I like. So let's talk about your video that we're gonna throw up as the this is gonna be the theme song of the episode. So one thing I loved about it is that, you know, number one, the message, and you include the lyrics in the post in YouTube, which is super dope because it is positive. And one of like the key messages is for like the youth, especially, which I'm taking it as like the Micronesian youth, to kind of stay away from choices that, you know, some of the OGs had, like yourself, have to make, you know, that or the lessons learned. So can you talk to a little bit about that, just in terms of like, I think like a lot of us, you know, you grow up a certain way, you kind of learning on your own, you really maybe don't have advice. And then, you know, then you learn some shit, and then maybe you stumble into success, or maybe you stumble into some failure before you can get back on your feet. So like, what's like a key message for you to, like, you kind of talked or mentioned it, but what's it like a key message for you to your fellow people on, you know, like what they need to know to survive in the 2020s? Because this shit is crazy right now with money and marketing and social, you know, so
just wild right now. Like it's like for me, man, like I said, it's just you know, just do your best to be your best, man. And not just in terms of yourself, but just being an example for the younger generations that are gonna come after us, you know. I know I'm not perfect, man. I'm probably one of the biggest fuck ups I met in my life, man, you know. But I change the past, but I can make the future. You know, and I know that me having a voice, I got eyes on me, you know, especially a lot of younger eyes. So, you know, that song, like, I just really speak on, like, you know, like me reflecting on the choices that I made that, you know, affected, you know, like the future that I could have had. Cause you see the success where I'm at right now, like I'm 29, bro. Like if I doing what I was doing back then, I could have probably been like way further than where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? So I just want to, like, you know, encourage the kids to do that. And you know what's crazy, bro, is like dead ass, man. Like, cause I grew up around like the Haitians back in Florida, right? Cause I was adopted when I was younger by them folks. And you know, like my brothers, they're like my age back then, they were telling me the same shit that I'm telling these kids right now. And I was 19, 20, and you know, I felt
you
like
don't want to listen to all that.
Man, bro, I'm just young, dumb, and full of cum. And I'm like, all right, man. I'm gonna make it happen for myself, man. And yo, by the grace of God, because of the friends that I have, you know, or I didn't have to, you know, like pay the price that a lot of them did, because you know, to learn from their mistakes, you know, because there's three ways that people learn, bro. You can hear about it, you can see it for yourself, or you can experience it. And experience is a fucked up teacher, but that's a lesson that you'll never forget, bro. So for me, if I can show these kids what it is, or if I can tell them how it is, and they're able to, you know, accept it, you know, conceive it somehow, hey man, maybe they don't gotta like go through all the dirt road that I went through, you know, and then they can, you know, do that for their generation and their, you know, their family and their young ones that are following them. Because I know I'm just the first of many, bro. You know, I'm not even the first, man. There's plenty of guys out here, man, they're doing their thing, man. You know, Loyal Manny's course, man, he's coming up, man. D-Lo's, Flavor, Lagoon, bro. There's a lot of us, bro. Like, sincerely, man, like we hella slept on, man. But the only way how we're gonna like get out here is like, you know, doing stuff like this and, you know, like becoming a voice, man. And, you know, further down the line, like I said, I want to see a bunch of these young guys like shine, bro. I can't wait. That shit, bro. You know, fuck 2020 though. I'm trying to see what it's gonna be looking like in 2030, bro. That's where my eyes at.
Right. You know what though? I don't mind people learning the hard way. Like my kids, man, they got a mouth on them. They fight each other. Sometimes I take a step back and say, you know, you're gonna go to school, you're gonna get in a fight, and I'm not even mad at it. If someone whoops your ass or something, sometimes I think kids need to learn the hard way. I mean, I'll guide my kids, but sometimes, oh man, the youth today is just a lot different.
But see, that's where too though is like sometimes, man, you know, like, and I completely agree on that. Like I feel like social media sometimes like it's hella babying these kids. They're not scared to like out and like get their knees scraped or like get their hands dirty type shit. And I'm like, yo, bro, like
they're kind of soft. They're soft. I mean, I got, you know, my daughters are teenagers. They're soft.
So like certain things I want, you know, these younger guys to experience. I want them to go out. I want them. I kind of tell these guys the same thing about me traveling around. You know, some of these guys, they like got the talent, man. They got that capability of being a great, you know. But it's like they're a little bit scared of, you know, what they might have heard, what they might have seen via media. Like, oh, man, I don't want to step out of my comfort zone. Nah, bro, man, hold your nutsack, man. Go out there, man. Go get that shit, bro. Like you gotta go. You know, don't be scared to fall. You know, because like, yeah, man, like it's just sometimes you do gotta go through it, man. I completely agree.
Yeah. So let's just talk about Florida real quick. I always thought I heard Florida's crazy as fuck. Is that your like experience growing up? That it's like, you know, you've been all these different places. How's Florida ranked on the learning scale? The hard knocks.
On my mama's, like Kodak Black is probably like the most perfect like reflection
of Florida.
The young youth out there. I'm from Manatee County. Back in like 2007, probably from like 2007 to 2011, like it was murder capital out there.
Oh shit!
Know? That was my high school era. You know, I at that time I was attending high school in Sarasota, which is like it's like a county south. But you know, like my senior year, I got kicked out of my mama's house. You know, and because I was just a badass legit, bro. So I just, you know, I had to really like kind of like get it straight out the mud, bro. I had to learn, man, and you know, eventually, you know, like I said, I just got adopted by Haitian folks, and you know, like, man, I ain't gonna lie, like for like a solid like 2 years, man, like I had to really like learn right off the rip, right off my feet, man, and it just it's the worst thing that happened to me, but it's the greatest thing that happened to me because it really made me like man up, you know. And I really had to like, you know, I had to learn stuff. Okay, this is how you pay bills. This is insurance. Okay, you got to cover the rent, the water, the lights, the, you know, the gas in the car, food in the fridge, you know, like, and so it kind of made me like mature like real fast, you know. But it's definitely rough out there, man. And you know, there's still a lot of kids right now, man, that they're literally going through the same shit out there, man. And it's not just Florida, man. I feel like they're just going through that. Just anywhere here, period, man.
Right.
Back home, but
real quick, what's up with the slang? I hear a lot of Floridian people say and young people say "jit." What's express that or tell us what that means? Jit.
It's like a kid, bro, or like you know when you were like if I'm saying like oh back when I was a jit, I'm saying like just back when I was a young man, back when I was a kid, bro. That's just that. That's just like slang, bro. Just say jit, bro. This one I don't really hear too often, like, but I be saying it. I still say it. We say "chate." Like if you say, "Oh, that's good," we don't say that's good. Oh, that's "chate" right there. That's "chate." What's that's good, bro.
Yeah, it's interesting how Florida has their own slang. I've been trying to keep up on it on TikTok. There's people describing the slang, but they got their whole terminology out there.
You want to hear a funny story, bro? Like, so the word "cutty." It's like it means pussy, bro. Like if you like talking to like,
really?
Hey, give me that cutty, girl. Give me that cutty. But like out here in the PNW in like Oregon, Washington, like this area or Northern Cali, like these niggas here, they say like they be saying cutty like that's your boy. Like what up, cutty?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I always thought it was like in the back streets or something. Like that's a cutty spot.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, like it would be like a liquor store. It'd be like it's the Cuddy liquor store, like down, you know.
Yeah, it's the grimy spot.
Yeah,
bro. Because like this, I came fresh from Florida. I came visit one of my folks in Salem, right, which is in Oregon, and like, first thing that happened was some dude came. He was a fan of mine, and he was like, "Yo, what up, Cuddy?" Bro, I thought he was dissing me, bro. Dead ass, bro. And my cousin was like, "Yo, bro, he's one of the homies." I was like, "Oh man, I was tripping, bro, that night." But it was a wake up call. There's like, bro, when I was in Texas, a lot of those guys they be saying "ho," but like for like everything, bro. They're like, "Hey, can you pass me that hoe right there?" And they're talking about like a pencil, or I'm like,
really?
And that hoe look good. You ain't talking about a girl. They're talking about like some shoes or a car or something, man. Like,
shit.
Like, so like all these different slangs and terminologies, man, when I be traveling, man. So, which is kind of making me a little bit more versatile too when it comes to my writing, man. But it was handy, man. So
I was, one thing I was trying to pick up on was your rap style. So the Ohana song, you kind of have like a quicker flow, which is dope. And then I forget the other video you had. I forget the name of it, but you had a beanie and a white shirt, and you had a gat in it, but whatever. But the point being is that like for that one, both videos, you had like sort of a growl in the way that you deliver your lyrics, kind of towards the end of a verse, like a couple, 16 or whatever. So what kind of regional style would you say? Is it more of a Florida style that you bring to the table, or is it like, because I'm not like a geographical rap expert by any means, but I kind of want to place it because I heard that growl and I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting.
I still risking it all by any means just to provide. And fuck all of these peers, killing it, it's in black lives. I do this for the polys and I do this for the crews. I do this for the Yanks and I do this for the Zoes. I do this for my niggas that be coming up on the law. I promise we gon' find a way to make it out the ghetto. I don't want to promote this lifestyle, just how I be living it. I be that tier bear from out the Mariana trenches, sticking out up in the 3, ducking the national license. 61 to the wood, already know that's what I'm repping.
No, I feel where you come from, man, and I mean, sincerely, bro, like I couldn't even pinpoint it, man, like, cause I'm a fan of. I mean, like I grew up in Florida, and I know that I have like somewhat of like a southern twang, I guess. But like I like whenever I get it just depends on like the particular beat that I'm hearing, man. And like whatever I feel like, like writing, like I might even get off on it just like on like a little reggae vibe, bro. It might just like, like it just depends on like the type of vibe that I catch from it, man. So I had a record recently, man. Like somebody told me that I was trying to sound too hard, like I'm like one of these Brit guys, because like drill beat. You know how like they got like the UK drill scene. Them boys, UK, man. And I was trying to get off on it more like on like a reggae type of vibe, but they were like, "Bro, you sound like one of Brit niggas." And I'm like, "Nah, dude, you tripping?" They're like, "No, listen to it." But I don't know, man. Like for me, man, I just like however I feel like I want to deliver it, and it sounds good, and the message comes across. Hey, man, I'm gonna do that. So.
That's dope.
It's kind of a Caribbean vibe too, right? Out of people in Florida that do reggae, almost like a Caribbean.
Many of us that are like from like the Caribbean, bro, or just Latin America, period, man. There's like Cubans, Dominicans, Boricua, a lot of Jamaicans, and of course, like, like Trinidad, Tobago, the Virgin Islands, Bahamas. So, when I started doing reggae, man, I was doing it with like the Haitians and the Bahamians out there, man. They were hitting me up like, "Yo, jump on this little record here, man." And used to take me around because like when I would be doing those shows, they used to be shocked, like, "Yo, who's this Mexican guy doing reggae, bro?" Guy, like they used to be so shocked, dude. Like for real, man. They used to be so thrown off by that. And that was like kind of my niche. That's what like made me kind of stick out in the crowd because people were like, they'd see that, they'd be like, "Yo, who the fuck is Cuz, man? Who is this guy?" So, and then that's like, bro, once they seen like my circle, once they seen who I was with, like my guys, like like my older brothers, like they got like a name in the town, man. Like we're somebody, like we MQ Productions, man. We some, bro. If you ask about us in Manatee, man, like that, man. Like we're solid, bro. We're solid, and that's kind of like what solidified me back home because they were like, "Damn, like." He's with some pretty tough dudes, man. So, like from there, man, like I said, like my name grew. And I guess like that's kind of like where like, like me like Versatile came from as well. Because once they realized that I could do reggae, they were like, "Oh man, this kid can do it." So they just started throwing everything at me, bro. You know, they didn't even know that I could do like some R&B type of singing shit, bro. Like,
Damn.
and I works. I haven't really released it yet. I'm trying to hold on to that until I feel like my butt is a little bit bigger, because I know that that's gonna really like hit, man. If you sell ladies, oh man, you done, bro. You made it, baby. You already made it.
Dude, I can see it. It's like the Micronesian John B vibe. You're gonna be like picking up all kinds of women all over the world here. You may be unstoppable at that point.
So as far as finance and money though, what do you think? What genre are you gonna go into that's gonna be the most lucrative?
Sincerely, man, that's the biggest reason that I'm versatile, is because I just want to see what hits. And whatever hits, I'll probably stick with it. What I'm praying to God though is it'll be reggae. And
there you go.
And the only reason why I'm not trying to knock off rap or hip hop, because, you know, it's dope and it's storytelling, and you know what I mean? Like, it comes from like that struggle background, which I come from myself. But I think reggae has something over it, which would be like longevity. You know, a lot of these older rappers, they're not, you know, doing the shows, you know, like that are like, you know, that they were doing when they were younger, you know?
Yeah.
But
they're doing car shows now.
Yo, exactly. Everybody can be like Jay-Z, you know, like where they're about to get into their 50s and still able to do like, you know, like fill out stadiums like Madison Square, you know what I mean? So
right.
like guys like, for example, like, you know, like Fiji or J Boog.
Yeah, there's longevity there.
But listen, man, like 20 years from now, they'll do, you know, like what they're doing right now. You know, they have longevity, you know, and even just in the aspect like Caribbean, man, like, bro, like Buju Banton was gone for 15 years and he came back home harder than ever, man. You know, I don't think a lot of artists that are like doing like a 20 or 15 year bid can come back, you know, jump on like that, man. I think the only person that come off my head that came close to doing something like that was Boosie. You know, he was down for a little 5-year bid and he came back harder than ever. But, you know, but aside from that, though, like, you know, like that's like clearly that's where I see myself, you know, realistically. But at the end of the day, you got to get what the fans want, you know. And I've tried to venture away from hip hop for minutes, to be honest. But I mean, like, these guys love Robin Hood, bro. So I can't really. And like, I can't really, and I don't want to let them down, because I know like these jits, like they look up to me, bro. So, you know, I just want to be their voice and give them what they, you know, what they want, man, what they need, man.
So just on the like naive part of the musicality, but the difference between say rapping and doing reggae, how does your style, how does that change when you're, let's say, writing for one versus the other? So like with your rapping, like I said, like you sort out the Ohana one was a lot faster. You have more maybe content per beat, you know, whatever, you know, like whereas like when you're doing reggae, are you kind of pacing yourself differently? I haven't seen it, so I'm kind of curious, but like, you know, Rob and I are both reggae fans. So, you know, it's kind of more, it seems more harmony, more vocal, you know, like, or singing kind of thing. So how does that process differ between the two?
Well, sincerely, it doesn't really differentiate at all. Everything, no matter what, I don't give a fuck what it is, everything will always have content. Everything will always have some form of a message to it, whether if it's like a hint of something, or like if it's like just straight up and forward with it, you know. But in terms of just like the writing itself, a lot of it has to do with just you know, a lot of it has to do with just the beat or the instruments, you know. Every now and then, you know, I'll have the chance, I'll actually sit down with like a producer and we'll actually like work on something. I'm kind of getting into like production myself. I haven't really mastered it like where I can do it by myself. But you know, usually I'll sit down with like an engineer or two and like, you know, we cook up something, whip it in the kitchen. But you know, I also purchase my beats as well, you know, like just via YouTube or
that was gonna be my question. How do you get your beats?
Yeah, usually it's just like just purchase them, you know. Sometimes I'll run into like engineers and like, you know, like they might like show me a couple things that they got in the vault. I might not like everything, but there might be like something that's like, yo, like that sound catches me. And so like one thing that I kind of picked up, right? And this is just me coming from like being a DJ, right? Is if the first like 5 to 15 seconds of a record is going to determine whether if this person will play out the entire song or not. And a lot of times, particularly with this generation, it goes off of the beat because you got, I want to say names, but I don't want to, you know, like disrespect these guys because maybe further down the line, I might work with them. So many guys like dead ass, bro, they straight trash, bro. So for me, but the beats are hard as fuck. So for me, it's like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna work with, you know, like just like based off of like the actual beats or whatever. And then like I'll just write something to it, you know? And it might be something like where somebody who they're just talking about their cars or, you know, their clothes or their drip or whatever the fuck. I might go off on something like, hey man, like people are living way below the poverty line, you know? And I'm gonna try and make it as like as catchy as fuck and something where like, you know, somebody's gonna want to jam it in their car.
Shouts out to the gang, shouts out to the mob, shouts out to the nation, nigga, this is squad. You know what it is, and you know who we are. Straight out of Manatee and Sarasota County with the Chewies Haitian stars. From the night to the morning, you already know what we on. Just know if we riding out, my nigga, you ain't safe tonight. No, no, no. Just know if we riding out, my nigga, you ain't safe tonight. No, no, no. Shit, you gotta know what it be. Zoes and the crows rolling deep. Shit, bringing you home, we gon' creep, put the chrome to the dome when you sleep. Wake up, better give it the stash, better give it the cash. I'ma start busting these caps all up in your ass. Swear to job, getting this bag, you ain't getting it back. No face, no case, but we stay where the fuck is he mad. Back in high school, they used to call me Doug Boy. Now bitches swallowing the duck sauce. Born on attention till they thought I was a fuck boy. Now these crackers all can fuck off. Or I'm a fucking bitch, or I'm a fucking mom, or I'm a fucking daughter that if she old enough. And we gon' run a train, cause we some fucking dogs. Rip in the 691, 509, and a 941.
Yeah, it's like Soldier Boy. He's back on the scene. Rick and Morty, right?
Oh,
all I know on that song is Rick and Morty. Rick, Rick. That's it, man. Right?
Listen, on my mama's, I was just telling one of the homies, I was like, yo, man, I hate Social Boy, but this shit hard, bro.
right?
Oh man, hey, that shit too hard, bro. Like, oh man, I'm not that big on TikTok, but I'm probably gonna make a little TikTok dance to it, bro. I'm really
yeah. That song, I went to a college football game the other weekend, and that song came on. The whole stadium went nuts. All the college kids they lost it. They lost it.
Let's get to the a little bit about the Micronesian culture, because I think that was one thing that I think with Loyal Manny, I think it was important for folks to learn about. So you ended up in Florida, so my assumption is like the Micronesian folks are kind of spread out across the United States, or is there pockets where folks are, and then you know, yeah, if you can kind of like explain like how that immigration sort of works out.
Well, in terms of Florida, I went there because there's a school over there in Sarasota. It's called Oak Park. They're really prone to helping out people with special needs. Okay. They go there for myself, for me, for my school. And we actually went there because my younger brother, his name is Kinamwe. We went there to get him assistance. So sadly though, like he got into that school in like 6 months and got expelled. He was just such a bad kid too. So, but Florida, there's not really like a big Micronesian community out there. I think that there is one starting to kind of develop in Clearwater, if I'm not mistaken. There's like a lot of Pohnpeians, but in my town, it was really me and only like 2 Tongan brothers, man. Shouts out to Rambo and Simba, man. Shouts out to the mob. They're doing their thing over there in Mellow Park. But you know, like, yeah, like in terms of like just like the rest of the Micronesians in general, typically they go where there's like big jobs that are like of like a blue collar background. For example, a lot of ones that are in like the Midwest, like Minnesota, South Dakota, Iowa. Most of these guys are in like the slaughterhouses. They got a lot of chicken plants, turkey plants, beef plants. The ones that are here in like the PNW, a lot of them will do what I'm doing, which is we work in Alaska. They also do a lot of warehouse jobs. That goes the same for the community that I was, fucking with down in Texas. Yeah, and then same in Tennessee too. They do a lot with like, poultry plants over there. In terms of Hawaii, I mean, like it's just relatively closer to Micronesia itself. And yeah, like it's like similar lifestyle because it's like the island vibe. And of course there's a lot of us in like Guam and like CNMI.
Yeah. So let me ask a total racist question. How does the cold like affect like folks that are from like a warmer climate? And it sounds stupid, but I'm from the Bay Area and I moved up to Seattle. And so I know like off the bat, that shit is depressing. It's fucking different. The Bay Area has like a warmer vibe though. Like that Bay Area is not LA. LA is like fucking 80 by the pool, hot white girl summer. But like when you take jobs like up in Alaska where you probably are dealing, we've seen deadly catch, and you mentioned some other places like Minnesota and things like that. Is there like a mental health part of that when you have to kind of sort of drive yourself from, and I shouldn't have thrown out the races. This is actually like a normal question, but when you leave a home that's sort of like a tropical sort of thing, and then you go all the way to fucking the coldest places on earth, how does that affect the people? Because I mean, that's got to be fucking crazy as shit right there.
Well, I mean, typically we're drunk, so we don't really.
You gotta like
alcohol will keep you warm. Yeah. For sure.
Hey, like all jokes aside, I mean, like it's definitely not comfortable. I don't think it is for anybody. Me personally, thought I ended up going up to Alaska. The reason I came back from my here to the States, because I was trying to help out like my younger brother. He's locked down for a little home invasion right now, man. So he was a little badass jazz. I'm trying to help him out with getting back home. So when I needed to get like deposit money for the lawyer, my uncle, he was suggesting to me like, hey man, come up here, son, come try this, and I ended up being really good at it. So like, I definitely hated the cold. Fuck the cold, especially ain't nothing worse than being cold and wet in winter.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but, for sure.
But once I seen them couple racks, it was on, bro. It was on.
And it's like seasonal work, right? Where like once whatever you're fishing for, because I know it kind of varies between what's in season, but then you guys go out and you come back, and then that's when you get paid, right? Like it depends on the trip and how much you catch and the going rates and stuff.
They have like a lot of boats they'll do where they'll checks or they just do like direct deposits, and sometimes a salary. If a salary usually is shitty, but cruise share, those are the boats that they pay really well, man. And it's kind of a good opportunity for those who got like problems with like savings, because like you basically go up there, you're at sea, like what the fuck are you gonna spend your money on, right? So. And like you just come home and it's just like hella racks or whatever. And then just like you said, it's seasonal. So, you go up maybe like 2, 3, 4 months, sacrifice a bit of time. You got to do 16 hours a day, no days off. You come back home and, yeah. And actually the boats are based out there in Seattle where you're at. I didn't know you was in Seattle, man. Yeah.
I know. Well, I'm glad that you're in Oregon, because like Rob and I were talking. Rob was like, you should meet up with him. And I thought I was totally going to go into Seattle, but we fucking did this huge move and almost killed ourselves yesterday. So there was no way I could have met up with you anyway. But yeah, no, I'm in Seattle. Been here about 3 years, but like I said, it's a big difference from the Bay Area. But speaking of the Bay Area, one of our homies from the Bay Area, he was on the Deadliest Catch for one season, whatever season that was, and he actually got a hernia. So his whole episode was like he got the hernia. They fucking flew him off the boat or whatever. And then they had him in the hospital room, like fucking getting surgery or whatever. So he was excited when it came on. He's like, my nut is trending. That was his whole thing. Yeah. He's stupid. Bumper. Shout out Bumper.
And I done seen some shit back on the boat, man. I remember. Shouts out to my boy Forrest, man. I love this guy. He's hella talented. This dude right here, man. I feel bad. He lost. Like he had a hold made in his hand, man.
Oh,
it was
fuck.
Wow.
bad, but not like. And it's like it was bad, man. It was bad, and like he ended up having to get it. I think the Coast Guard came on a boat and came pick him up. I think is what happened. But yeah, it was fucked up, man.
There's got to be a big danger level, right? On this
Oh.
in that industry.
What, dude? There's hella people that like not even just working on the deck like myself. Like, man, there's a lot of people like even like if working within the factory, man. So I worked in this spot called the freezer plate, which is like where they actually freeze the final product. So these trays of like final product, they're like 20 pounds, 10 pounds. When I was working originally, it was called we did H&G. That's like a 50-pound tray. So imagine if the boat was rocking and we didn't completely close the freezer because we're still loading it. Man, if that shit shoots right back at you, man, bro.
Damn.
Fuck.
The fuck, bro? Like, that ain't no joke, bro. So like that shit, man, oh my God, man. Like, yeah, that shit wild, bro. But like, man, by the grace of God, man, alhamdulillah, man, like I never got majorly hurt. I think the only time that I got kind of fucked up, man, I think I cut myself pretty bad. But I mean, aside from that though, man, like I was safe, man. But I've seen hella people, man, they've got hit, they've fallen, man. I've seen it all on that.
How about this? Any crazy like storm story?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. No, like there's some storms, man. Dude, my last season, that was back in 2020, like right before the pandemic, or right when the pandemic hit, basically. Me and my boy, like we almost went overboard, man.
Oh shit. What was going on? Were you guys like working and you hit a swell or something, or how does that work out?
Well, so that winter was probably like one of the worst winters of like since 2011. The lowest that it got was like -7, bro. So if you considering the winds, it felt like it was. Yeah, but for that, I don't really know if there was like any swells or whatever. But all I know is like the boat just dipped, and like almost went over, and the ocean. So and then he almost went over. I grabbed him. So that time, man, it's kind of hectic too, because like we're doing this like as a haul bag is coming up, man. Bro, my bosun, shouts out to Bino, man. I miss that nigga, man. I love you, Bino. If you watching this, man, I love you, big bro. That dude right there, man, he's the man on the controls, man. He doesn't get the credit that he deserves as a bosun, as a deckhand. For real, man. He a soldier for real, man. Man, that dude pulled in that bag so smoothly when it was like, bro, the boat was rocking and rocking. And then all we did, we just secured the net real quick, just tied it down. Once the captain kind of pulled up to like, like where the water wasn't treading too hard, then, we had went ahead and, cut the bag open, dumped it and shit. So, but we had to take the bag at that time. And I think it was had to do something with like making it easier on the smaller catcher boat who was bringing us the full bag. So, but yeah, man, we done see rough waters, man, but I had it hella easy though, sincerely, man, because that was only, I think that was like only like my second season, man, as a compy, man, but man, them boys out there for real, man, they make a lot of sacrifices, man, just to, bring the bacon home. So
are there a lot of folks like kind of like what you're doing? Do they live in other parts of the country and then they just go up there for the season, or do people end up making their homes with them?
There's like I got a cousin, he's from Oman. Shouts out to Kerry, man. This guy, like, he just stays in Micronesia, but he'll come up and he'll come work on the boat and then go back home.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man. Even the dude, man, shout out my cousin Opro, man. This nigga too, like he'll come from the island, he'll work, and then he'll go back home, he was building his house, Now he's stationed in Arizona though. But like, yeah, there's a lot of guys like they'll stay back home, they'll come and work here in the States and stuff, and they'll go back, man. So, a lot of them. Sincerely, man, once my brother gets situated to get deported, most likely I'll go back home too, and I'll doing the same thing, just going back and forth between the States and Chuk.
Yeah, a lot of these big time fishing companies, don't they go down there and recruit y'all? Because I know a lot of Polynesian people too that went up to Alaska. And I'm like, how'd you wind up in Alaska on a fishing boat? And they said they came down almost like college recruits and grabbed them and took them up there on promises of big time cash.
It's kind of crazy because I know they offer that to our poly bros, but I haven't seen no recruit because I stayed in Troop for like 3. I ain't seen one of them when I was down there. No, they would have came, especially when I was down there, because that's when I was in the mud. That's when I was struggling for real, and I was like, "Yo, sign me up, bro!" Like, I would have been up on that shit, bro. But I don't know, man. Like, and it was crazy. Like, even like we had like a marketing exec like from that particular company. I don't want to say her name because I don't want to give him any clout. Fuck him. But like, even talk to, and he was like, "Hey man, what do you think we could do to like to improve the company?" Da-da-da-da. And I told them the exact same words, just like you said. I was like, "Yo, you gotta do it just like these college football scouts. Go down to the island and pick you big boys, man. I know hella of my cousins that would love to come to the States, but they can't because they don't got the funds to get the plane ticket to come up here. You know,
right.
Like sincerely, man. Like, bro, like they be changing a lot of lives, so they consider that. And not only, bro, their company would go, man, I almost tempted to say their name. I'm not going to, but for real, this company, if there was no Micronesians on that boat would go down, man. I swear. Like bro, like this is probably I don't know how to say this, man. Like, bro, like sincerely, man, bro, like we're like the bitches on the boat. Like we fucking all the hard jobs that nobody else wants to do. They're always trying to find one of the Chukis guys. Hey, man, yo, go do this, man. Because they know we're strong as fuck and we're not scared for shit. But we're going to go do that. You know? That's facts.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to that's got to be an interesting like statistic to try to figure out is like you have these jobs. Like, because I remember there's that show Dirty Jobs. And then I don't know if Delia's Catch came from that, but you have jobs out there that like you need to have a mindset. And like you said, like you not only the mindset, but also the strength and the dedication to do it. And there's got to be jobs out there like that. But like you're saying, it's like unless people know about them, you're never gonna figure your way out to them. Like one job that may come to mind is like the oil rigs, but or maybe oil rigs, but the like Texas oil. You know, I've seen shows on that shit. But it's like, yeah, you got hella people out in certain places that would fucking be great at this stuff. But how are they ever going to know unless their family fucking figures it out some other way by chance or something like that. So that's super interesting. But yeah, so let's maybe round off with, and I thank you for sharing your musical stuff. So just continue to share if you don't mind, like just the Micronesian sort of like the people, maybe a message for it's always good to keep us newbies in the loop about Micronesian people. Like what is the struggle that you think your folks are dealing with, and what's going to bring your people up in this fucking 2021 fucking shit show of a country we got going on right now?
Well, there's two particular three, I should say, three particular issues that I find that are biggest that affect our people. The first one's just taking it back home. Our government is really corrupt, and I'm not talking about just for FSM. I'm sure it's the same like in Palau and the Marshalls and Kiribati, Nauru. Even from what I'm hearing from my Chamorro friends, like even in Cienama and Guam too, man. There's a lot of a lot of people there. They're playing the game really well. To where like they or their family or their particular, not like political party, because we don't got political parties back home, but like their like little circle, is benefiting off of it, but not necessarily like the people that actually voted for them that they're representing. And so for me, it's like I want to bring some form of awareness to that, and bring them like I want to hold them accountable, for like their job, bro. Like,
so what kind of government governs that area?
Like no, like because we got well, Siena Mine and Guam, they're U.S. territories, but all these other Micronesian islands, we're all independent. You know, we got our own president, governors, you know, mayors, you know, congressmen, senators, you know, speakers, you know, people like that. But you know, like I said, like it's just holding these folks accountable. You know, there's a lot of us that, you know, particularly with FSM, you know, like we get a lot of aid from the US, but you know, I feel like those funds that we're receiving, they're not being spent.
Yeah, how is it distributed, right?
Yeah, you know, it's supposed to, dude, there's like hella money missing from the DOE, you know, from the DOHC, and you know, like that's like it's kind of fucked up, man. You know, when I was a teacher there, bro, there's hella times, man, where it was just like hard to just request funding to like, you know, like improve, like, you know, like teachers, you know, like it's a lot of sacrifice for, you know, for teachers back home, you know, and then even just like healthcare workers, you know, the police force, you know, like, bro, like
these are these are givens to help the society. Is just like if you pay a teacher a living wage and you're making sure your police force can do their job, and otherwise everyone's struggling just to fucking show up to work and fucking do their job on some minimum level.
You got a school building and you ain't got no desk, or you ain't got no school.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to say the name of the school, but like people back home know the particular school I'm talking about. You know, like they know what it is. You know.
So what do the kids do? Like if there's no desk, what do they do? They sit on the floor.
I mean, that's what we did. That's what they did back there. I did this thing where like I actually built 3 school desks, like just long ones, man. Just you know, I did that little project for my little classroom that I had. You know,
that's
I'll never forget when I got my classroom. They were like, "Oh yeah, like teacher hasn't taught in this one for a minute," and you know, man, I made it look all brand new and shit. So,
damn.
But I mean, like, you know, like just like it's not, like I said, it's not just DOE, just, you know, the healthcare too, man. And it's crazy to me because, you know, like just like the hospital is so bad back in Chuk, and not to put down like our folks, but man, back when I was there, man, bro, there was hella stabbings, bro. Man, a lot of knives,
Wow.
back. Yeah, and my thing is like, yo, like if you don't got it in you, or the facilities or the equipments, properly speaking, like, you know, handle something as crazy as that, yo, a lot of lives are gonna get lost. A lot of people are gonna die. And see, that's only speaking for just the main island. That's not just talking about all the other islands around the ways and stuff like that. I'm from an outer island in Chuk. It's called Onon. It's one of the smallest islands out there, man. We don't got a hospital. We have a clinic. So imagine if something as severe as that, like say like there was a fight, you know, somebody decided, yo, pull out them little knives, boom, like, man, that man's done for, man. You know, unless like somehow, some way we got like Coast Guard flying out, you know, whatever. They're not gonna make that sacrifice, you know, because we're not a U.S. territory. Like these Taipan or like Guam, you know, that's, you know, we're gonna have to deal with that. We're gonna have to bury him, you know, or her. Yeah, her too. It gets like that out there, man, bro. We savage, bro. You know, like, and that's part of the reason why, like, so just imagine like coming from that type of environment, you know, and having to like deal with that post-traumatic stress, man. That's why a lot of us, you know, like we got problems like alcoholism, and then we bring those traits to places like Hawaii or Guam, you know, and then like we get like called shit like roaches, you know. Like that's what we go through, man. Just so that you brothers can, you know, like have a chance to be in our shoes, man. That's what we going through, man. That's how we living, man. You know, and a lot of it, you know, like I said, it's accountability. A lot of it's on us, you know. We have to change as a people if we want a better future. But, you know, like on some G shit, I just kind of want to just like take this time to just kind of like like I said, paint this picture, let it be known, like, hey man, this is literally what's going through our, you know, that's kind of like the environment we come from, bro.
Yeah, it's all about like breaking stereotypes too.
Yeah, know? I definitely, like, sincerely, man, just me not being raised back home. I just want to bust this down real quick too, if I can. I know y'all. time. I apologize.
No,
No,
you're
no,
good.
no.
You're
Do
good.
your
You're
thing.
good.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
Nah, so I was born in Saipan, right? So 6 years Saipan, 1 year Sri Lanka, 2 years Kentucky, 3 years Hawaii, 12 years Florida, 3 years Chuk, and then like I said, the last 4 years I've been jumping these stages. So realistically, bro, for only like 3 years, I had a chance to actually go back home and experience it. And me growing up in Florida, I didn't really get a chance to hear those negative stereotypes because most of those are coming from places like, like 808 and,
Yep.
one, but like, so like, the picture was never painted of me of that. So all I did was I went home, I went to Hawaii to kind of like, basically I went there to go bury one of my cousins because he got killed out there. And then they made the decision to, bury him back in Chuk. I ended up staying. So when I went to Hawaii, I seen how it was with us down there. But then when I went to Chuk, I was like, that's why we're the way we are. Like it was such an eye opener. You know what I mean? And from that point on, that was kind of like, okay, how can I use the gift that God gave me to make a difference, to fucking change this shit that, that's going on, with our folks. So, and
it's like full circle. It's coming full circle.
Hey man, God make everything happen for a reason, man. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. So, I know that I know that I got a purpose. I hope that I hope that I can accomplish what I want to, man, with this music shit, bro. So, we'll see, man.
Well, speaking of music, what's the next gig? What's the next show?
How you call? The next show, sincerely, I haven't got one situated for myself yet. But for those who might be in Tennessee in the Knoxville area, pull up to my music video, man. November 6th, man. Hit me up on Instagram, RobinHood691. I'll be more than welcome. All are welcome. And I'd love for people to come up, man. We have a term we say in Chikis, Amichufuga Medicine Taiwa, which is basically like, yo, together we're strong. So,
that's dope.
Pull up, man. Pull up.
So you mentioned the reggae thing. Let's close out with top 5 reggae artists on your we'll call it the Mount Rushmore of reggae artists.
Oh man, oh my God, that's really hard, man. Fuck, dude. Oh my God, man. I know my brothers are gonna hate me because I really just listen to a lot of younger guys, man. Like
that's cool.
Man.
Shout them out.
Yeah.
Okay. So iOctane, DeMarco, shit, man, you got me fucked up, dude. Because I only can pick. I just want to just say a bunch of names, bro. If you don't mind,
do it. Shout them out.
iOctane, DeMarco, Conscience, Cranium, Chris Martin, Jaffris, Chronix Law, Squash, man, who else? Massacre, Dexter. Bro, hey, listen, man. There's too many to name, bro. There's like, honestly, bro. There's so many, man. They got this new guy called Ace God, man. But he'll kill him, man. Jamil Movado. Oh my God, how the fuck?
Movado's good, yeah.
Bro, Movado, so man, oh God, Movado. Of course, man. Vibes Cartel. Just taking it back to the old guys. Like Buju Banton. Of course, the Marleys, all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like
Barrington Levy. I love fucking that dude. I've seen him like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Dwayne Stevenson. I really do, man. Dwayne Stevenson. Like most of my reggae, to be honest, it's a lot like that Dwayne Stevenson type of vibe. I don't know if you're familiar with Jahem, because he's like more like local, especially like with like the Bahamians. But hey, Jahem, I'm hoping that I can line up a feature with him actually. So that's in the work. Yeah. I got a record right now that I'm trying to do a video for it in Haiti, actually. So
shit.
Like most likely I'll get it done. It's kind of sad right now because of the political situation that they got going on back there. So my family, we're from an area in Port-au-Prince called Carrefour. But I wanna take it back there one of these days, man. So
real quick, not to put you into that like as the speaker for them, but like I grew up, my friends were like Pakistani when I grew up, so I kind of have like a little bit of exposure to that culture. But so you grew up with the folks from Haiti and they are having this issue. What is sort of their take on the whole thing. I mean, or I don't know, because I mean, from my understanding, Haiti is like really a poverty like stricken country, and it's fucked up politically, and that like a lot of these folks are trying to get into the country, but obviously in Florida and other parts of the US there's huge Asian
Texas,
communities.
right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, so how's that kind of like, what's that story about?
Situation like that. Fuck Texas immigration for that, man. They put that the wrong way. Like, so from what I've been, informed on, and sincerely, I want to say it like as quickly as I can, but like from what I've been informed on, like there's a lot of issues with like the previous president that they had before he got assassinated.
Oh, okay.
A lot of it had to do with just like how he handled Corona. Some of it had to do with just integrating like different laws and whatnot. It's just a lot of it. Yeah, a lot, man. It was just like a bad situation back there, and they assassinated him. Like this past July. And it's kind of messed up because then they had like an earthquake following right after that.
Yeah.
So there's like,
I forgot about that. And then like nobody was helping them either with that shit too.
There's like, there's right now, there's kind of like, a situation going on trying to fight for political power back there.
Damn.
And, like, it's crazy, man. Like, like, cause I went there, man. I went to St. Clair. I went to La Colline in the countryside, and I stayed in Carrefour. Carrefour is like one of the tough spots back there, man. It's one of the slums. You know what? Like that's the real Gaza, bro. Carrefour. So I got a lot of love, like for that city, man. Because when I was there, I had nothing but love shown to me, man. And Haitians, they're beautiful people, and like I speak very good Creole.
Oh,
like,
shit.
There you go.
I sing in Creole too, so
wow.
But it's just part of it's a part of me because that's who I grew up around, and that's basically who raised me, the Haitian folks. So as sad as the circumstance that they're going through, all I can do is just put in my prayers and help them like from afar for now. I wish that I was there and I could play more of a role, and perhaps further down the line, I was actually trying to have my album release party back home. I was trying to go there and have my album release party. But, for now, I have to, put those plans on hold because of the political situation. So, but, God willing, though, things will change. Hopefully they'll, come to have like a president sooner or later. And, things will make it turn around for the better, man. Inshallah.
Sweet. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, much respect, and I mean, good luck to that country. I mean, anytime, it's like a lot of fucking foreign bullshit that probably plays into a lot of that stuff. But the people need a president, a leader, and need to solidify things and get the fucking structure going. So, all right, Robin Hood. Well, I want to thank you for your time, bro. I mean, you fucking opened up our eyes to a lot more than I think I was expecting.
Yeah, some good stories there. I liked them.
I swear to God, man. Taste of it too, bro. So sincerely, I thank you guys again for having me, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, all right. Drink tokens. Wait, shout out your social media. Let's that's sorry. That's
yeah.
Thing.
Oh yeah. Well, no. SoundCloud, Snapchat, Facebook. Let me see. SoundCloud, Snapchat, Instagram is Robin691. My TikTok and my Twitter is Chucky's Montana, not Tony Montana. Chucky's Montana.
I love it.
Yeah, my Facebook is Niko Rosokow. So if you want to look me up on YouTube too, of course, just look up Robin Hood 691, man. So I go by Robin Hood, but 691 is just that way like people can kind of find me, But eventually it'll be just like the rapper Pitbull. You'll find him before the dog. So
you're like
for this bone arrow and tights. So
you're like, fuck Kevin Costner. I'm the real Robin Hood. All right. Thanks, bro. Thanks for being on. Drink tokens.
Yeah.
27.
I promise you, mama. Oh, we gon' make it out of the hood now. You heard me?
Fuck around on my kinfolk, God forgive for my sins though. How I raised in that Section 8, nigga chasing after them M's though. Ride through the city, baby, niggas out here fucking with me. Got me 2 pretty cars and a whole lot of pretty bitches. But for these women I'm putting on for my family, goddamn right. And we came up from the jungle, rising up to the canopy, we gon' take flight. Never be his family over bitch, I'm always just money over hoes. And if I ain't riding with the crows, better believe that I'm riding with them Zoes. Yeah, nigga, I'm a razor ball, the block though. Street nigga that was born up in Tanapa, getting money off of slinging pills to rock though. Nigga that they always fucked up off the hot stuff. Had early exposed to the trauma, that's why nigga I ain't with a drama. I ain't tryna settle down with these bitches. Now me and fan got our own problems. And I never push my family to the side till the last motherfucking will for the family I'm alright. You might be light skinned like Rihanna, bisexual like Madonna, but it's family over bitches. 691 on Honda. On the one thing life we're living and dying for. On the one thing in this life out here we're riding and sliding for. On the one thing in this life out here we're fighting and squabbing for. On the one thing in this life out here we're grinding and mobbing for. Family, 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 family. Nigga always been in the trenches, from the go over the bends to the bend. They whole lot of niggas buried cemeteries, got more of them, got the long sentences. But believe I'm ride for 'em, bust back on that iPhone, clap back on them fuck niggas that thinkin' that they gon' slide on them. Ain't no damn way you niggas get up to my family. No damn way. I'm vibing them, do everything that I can. Make sure that the fans not sure it's snorting or you sipping, but the shit they got your ass tripping. Cause there ain't no motherfucking way you could ever catch my family slipping. Give my little niggas a little bit of street game, but I giving them a whole lot now. So the young boys steady ass in school. That way them niggas can go to college. I don't want them to live a life that I live, commit all the sins that I done did. I don't want them to go where I went through, want them to go over the wife and kids. In case I go couple I'm from the right. But this ain't get for the line, man, I want almost go hard. Upper room with my Aka with Leo, man, reach for the stars. How about like a Eggman, listen to your heart. Believe that life we're living and dying for. On the one thing in this life out here we're riding and sliding for. On the one thing in this life out here we're fighting and squabbing for. On the one thing in this life out here we're grinding and mobbing for. Family, 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 family. I'll ride for you, 'cause I love you all. O-H-A-N-A. Ohana!